What's up guys, how we doing? Today, taking a little movement tutorial, man. Something pretty basic, but man, I've never done one, and there's a lot of little key details that I see in other guides that no one says, man. You go over little basic stuff that when done correctly can string all these little movements together and make you just a crazy hard target to hit. Going through basic stuff at the start, but do follow along because I'm going to go right through pretty much all the stuff I sort of know how to do. And it's going to get to the stage where you can combine all different movements, slides, jumps, weapon swaps, all this stuff in together. So you're eventually just running around people and they've got them questioning reality. And then eventually there's going to go, here's a fucking hacker. But you're not. It's movement, man. Great. And it's an awesome skill to get in COD. With all that being said, let's move in, show you how I sort of approach gunfights and how I get around the map. And yeah, man, let's have fun with it. So basically, when you're going through an open space like that, you never want to really run straight through. You want to run from cover to cover to cover and cover. Now it's going to get pretty repetitive, right? Yeah, but you'll be so surprised how many people you catch off guard from when you've run to cover and then they've come around a corner, and as you pop out from the next cover, you just emerge on their screen and you've got pretty much a free shot. It works really well. This is the same thing, it's running straight through, it's not going to work. You don't always have to slide. If you can just run around and break some corner angles and then slide out or something, this works amazing. This is just an example of just literally using cover to run around. All I've done is I've just run from one cover to the next cover to pop out and give me an open shot. So understanding tac sprint is all we're really doing is just see how far we can sprint out with tac sprint, right? Not that far at all, only got to here. If we cancel this tac sprint, we actually get to make a lot more ground while in a tac sprint, and the advantage of this is we've always got a tac sprint to evade an enemy. Here is just an example of what we can use slide for. So you can peek a corner like that, or if you want to see more of an open area around the corner, slide. Just slide. Do a couple of slides, right, and it opens up so much area. We can see a lot more of the area behind that barrel. So essentially all you're really doing is you're just sliding for information. Here's a good example. Slide, work out what he's doing. From that point, we work out he's gone back behind cover so we can move into the kill. So continuing on, we've worked out there's no one there, we've slid up to the cover. All it is a slide cancel up to the head glitch, and it works for any cover. And all this one is really is just slide cancelling to a cover we can use, okay? That barrel, it's ideal cover. Slide right up to it, cancel just before it, and we've got a nice open area. If you were to slide just around the corner like that, you're an open target. No good at all. Like, you're going to get gunned down, man. You want to run straight, slide cancel to the barrel, you can pick off people in that nice, sweet little angle. And all this is just another example of how to use sliding around the map. Running in like that, you're going to get capped or domed easy. Try to jump, cut off the angle, and land into a slide. It's all literally as soon as your feet hit the ground, hit the slide button, and then all I've added there is literally, I've slid there, I've added another slide, cancelled backwards, and I'm back into the cover behind the barrel. Opens up a lot more area for anyone that was chasing me or had an angle on me, and I can get a couple of shots off and I might survive that crazy push. This is another example of a jump into a slide. You got a guy under that plank you can't get to, jump down and into the slide.
Oh yeah, I'd like to see that again.
So we're still following along, right? We're all good? Yep. Sweet. So it's still pretty basic so far. All we've really added is just an extra step to something. What we did there, we've jumped and landed into the slide. It's done two things. You've actually got a little bit of a speed boost from the momentum from coming down, and you've also made yourself a harder target to track because they're trying to get a nice angle on that while they're tracking you, but you've also slid out like that and then come back, okay? Let's explore that just a little bit further. So here we've jumped the corner, landed into a slide to cover, then jumped back across into another cover. Pretty simple, but you've made yourself a really hard target. You've got a little speed boost from landing from the jump, and you're into cover already. Plus, when you transfer over here, you're going to catch someone off guard if you come around the corner really quick too. So here we've gone to cover, jumped out, slid back in. We've seen someone jump back out, okay? This is just a real world example. Seen that guy, slide in, slide back out. Just another example of what you can use jump peek for. For this one, I'm using it for a door. Slid back in, slid back out, got him. This example is just a jump peek without going back in. Just follow through with it and you've got an easy clap. Doing that little technique, it's actually opened up a couple of possibilities. One, you've jumped out, you've seen the guy there and you slid back in the cover and you can bail or wait for a push. Two, you've jumped out, seen the guy there, slid back in, and he's going to be aiming. And if he has tactical sprint on, he's going to release his aim, his gun's going to go up, and then when you've come back out for that second jump out, you've got a free shot on him. And in multiplayer and Warzone, pretty much the first shot always wins the gunfight. Okay, so let's put a couple of things we've learned into practice. I'm going to use the sliding technique for information to be able to push. Then I'm going to be able to find a cover, jump out of the cover to slide back into cover. But once we've already done that, I'm going to show you an extra little step. Okay, so this is obviously situational, right? But what we know is that area there has 2 entry and exit ways. He's going to think I've gone the other way to push. I can break his line of sight without movement, just by moving around using cover. All we've really done, break it down into the bare bones, man. We've done everything we've already learnt. We've sliding for information, cover, back to cover, blah, blah, blah. Once we've got to a guaranteed cover, we already know there's a couple of ways in and out of that map. So does that guy. So what we're doing is we're just doing a bluff. We've come in and he's thinking we're going to go right around to the other side to charge him because he has the power position, right? We're pinned. But what we've actually done is flip the script, sort of reverse psychology in a way, and made him think he's got the upper hand, when we've really come back the original way we were, broke his line of sight without even freaking movement or nothing, man. Just literally just tack sprinting down, up on the wall, and we've got a better angle because he's gone, whoa, where's that guy? What the hell? We're actually above him, floating across with a knife, boom. A little bit more on bluffing. So what you can do, you can bluff with gunshots, make them chase your gunshot, run straight into a trap you've already created for them, and it works a lot more than it shouldn't, put it that way. You can also bluff using doorways, basically just you run in, run back to the next to the door, back to the door, easy clap. Sweet, so let's move on to some camera breaks using slides. Basically pretend that soccer ball is a person, you've come across him in an open part of the map. You're going to run towards him and slide next to him and then behind him. Pretend there's an imaginary line, go one step before the imaginary line, and that's the timing. So slide just before. As you slide around him, you want to continue moving backwards, because it's going to activate your rotational aim assist. And as you're doing that, you obviously start firing. So you can lead in with a hip fire, and then an ADS. This is what I typically do to correct the aiming. But what it's going to do is basically when you've come into the slide, right? Say this is the person here. You've come into the slide, and what he's done is when you've bobbed down under his aim, that one step before the player skeleton, he's actually trying to ADS you. He's gone down to correct the aim, and then what he's going to be having to do is when you've gone behind him, you have to look back behind him and then lift his gun up as well to correct his own aim, because you've actually broken his camera. And if he's on a PlayStation or a console with aim assist, it's actually going to lock that player's aim down to the ground, because when it's broken the camera, he's still tracking with his aim assist basically. So you've done 2 things there to get a couple of milliseconds on that guy to be able to come behind and get the shots on him. I'll show you an example of what I mean by that. So I've come across him in an open space, that one step before, bang, initiate the slide, I've gone down under his aim. He's actually already shooting down a little bit, as you can see, as he's trying to correct, but I'm already behind him, shoot him, and killed him. So this will be just an example of like an aim assist lock. Just take note of the gun angle. Remember, the closer you can slide to the player model, get past him, the further down he's actually looking down with his aim, which locks the gun into position, like this. So now we're going to add to the movement combo of a slide. You can add a B-hop at the end, or a fade out is what they're commonly called, but you can also angle these. So when you get to someone and slide away, you can actually angle the direction you want to go. This catches so many people. This is an example of just a normal B-hop, so I've gone in there. You can see I've actually done a speed boost to a 180 slide cancel. Speed boost, 180 slide cancel, moving backwards for rotational aim assist, and then 1 B-hop at the end. It's an example of a directional fade out or a directional B-hop. We slid in there as he's holding the angle. And as we've come into him, B-hop to his right, and broke his line of sight, he's missed his bullets, and we've got the shot. Running with that fiend, there's also another thing you can do. If you're in a real panic, and you've got someone who's right in front of you, you can also slide, and don't cancel, just slide, and use all of your momentum, and what you can actually do is hit the player model, and if you B-hop at the right time, you can actually perform a rebound. It's actually a reverse movement type of thing. You rebound off him with a B-hop and then a fade out. I do this a ton and I don't see it described anywhere by any streamer. It's so bloody good. Check it out. So again, we've slid into him, rebound by a backwards B-hop and then a fade out. Perfectly done. Love it. Okay, and with all that, this is what I personally, this is how I taught myself my own movement. I'm going to put it all into practice. So what you do is a bunch of bots in shipment, and you want to be honest with yourself, but you want to get only a kill after you've used some type of movement in a bot. You don't want to stand there and just clock them off, that's easy. You want to try and get a little bit of movement going. Put into practice everything we've learned, you know. We've got our types of slide cancelling, understanding tack sprint, camera breaks using slide, reverse B-hops, as you can see. That was a slide, but we've gone into a jump peak there, reverse B-hop there, continuing on, retail. It's just everything we've learnt, man. Just put it into a group game and really be honest with yourself and really try and get it all going. The main goal here is to get it all running smoothly, okay? And with that, I'm just going to bring it to the end of the little tutorial, man, or a how-to guide. So drop a comment below if it helped you, and if you want a part 2, also let me know. Go into a bit more detail of that. Cheers, boys.